Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Darrell Owens back for another edition of One on One here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network, and of course, airing on the amazing Bowie Television. Today, it's the day before the draft. We're pumped up. Why? Because we're getting Jay Quimby's final mock draft today. We appreciate everybody who's been a part of this mock draft series. Hope you enjoyed Lamont's last night. We had James last week, and of course, Jay's first a couple of weeks ago. But now Jay will come and finish the deal here and give it his final mock as we head into tomorrow's NFL draft. And it's our favorite time of the year, so I can't wait to see where, if anything, has shifted for Jay here in the last couple of weeks. Obviously, we had the Giants trade, all that stuff went down. So now we're gonna find out from Jay where he kind of sees this thing playing out tomorrow night. Is episode 204 of 101, and guess what? It starts now. One, 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 one. Welcome to the 101. When it comes to ratings, man, we number one. I get the truth, then I give them the scoop. If anybody got a question, I give them the proof. Welcome to the 101. When it comes to ratings, man, we number one. I get the truth, then I give them the scoop. If anybody got a question, I give them the proof. Welcome to 101 at LegacyMaker Sports Network. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here for another episode of One on One here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network, and of course, airing on the amazing Bowie TV. And with me today, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jeremiah Quimby, joining us to give you his final mock draft heading into the 2026 NFL draft. Now, Jay, at least your squad has a pick on day one. I gotta wait to 52. It's gonna be a while.
You say that, but my squad's probably going to trade back,
which is also true. That's also one of the big rumors right there.
Light made it very clear that they don't want to be picking at 15, because I'm really afraid they're going to pick that stupid tight end.
It's funny that you say that, and I'm not 100% sure, but I have seen quite a few where the people say the tight end is a possibility. I don't think that should be a big need for you guys, but we'll get into that in just a second. Before we get into the mock, we saw the trade the other day. We saw the Bengals and the Giants make the trade. What were your thoughts on that?
I was impressed because finally somebody with common sense is running that organization, because you got to have both sides of the ball.
Yes. So, they got to get tired of getting scored on, right?
You don't got to score 60 points a game.
Yeah, just 40 now. That's it.
Yeah.
But
Dexter Lawrence is that piece that makes everybody else better. So you might see something from, I think they got, what is it, Reader beside him now?
I think it was Reader, and then you got Stewart on the outside,
and then the other first round pick.
Oh shoot! Don't give me the line. It's too early. It's too early to be lying about that. But yeah, I think I like the move overall. It was weird because at first I was hearing Baltimore, and I was like, oh my goodness, if he goes to Baltimore, if they decide to trade this first round pick, and then you still end up getting Henderson and you end up getting Sexy Dexy, because there were some issues there with Justin he used to be Justin Matabuke, but Wande Matabuke, because of his neck injury from last year. But he seems to be okay now.
Yeah,
or at least he should be able to play. I read
that.
Yeah, so I think
doctor and got another opinion.
Right, and I think that was what held them off in the situation. So, nevertheless, the Bengals get a much needed defensive piece, especially after losing Hendrickson, and so we'll see how that all kind of plays out. All right, Jay, here we go. We've got the first round mock, your final one. We're going to get this bad boy started. And, we'll see how much of it has changed from the first time around. With your first pick, we've got the Vegas Raiders on the clock, and it looks like you still got Mendoza heading to Oakland, not but Vegas, one of them.
Well, to be honest, with the weapons that they do have, they could draft Drew Aller to run that offense because you got Bowers with Myers behind him, and then you got the 6th overall pick, Gentry. I mean, there's weapons everywhere.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by the Raiders now because they did a lot in the offseason to fix that defense. You bringing Kubiak over as a coach. I love that move because finally I feel like they went younger, but they went, more of a newer generation coach. I like the move. I like the move a lot.
Yeah, but then Kirk Cousins is a mentor.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if Kurt's going to teach
So,
him one thing, it's going to be to get guaranteed money. That's going to be
right.
something. That's going to be something that he's going to be really good at, and that's helping him get that guaranteed money. So Raiders going with Mendoza, still locked in at 1. At number
Oh,
2,
the Bengals brought in. They've got Miles Murphy from 2023,
Miles Murphy.
and they brought
That's the
in
name.
Jonathan Allen.
They did.
So,
That's right. Okay. So they doing a little something.
so
Jonathan
they beefed it
Allen.
up.
Yep, Jonathan Allen. You bring in Sexy Dexy, and then you got Stewart on the outside. Okay, yeah,
They
that's
put
not too bad.
a small snowplow in the front of that defense.
Yeah, they're gonna need every bit of that. That could change a lot, and
But
especially with the way that division is, you don't know how it's gonna go.
and then they pay an extra year, like 28 million to Sexy Dexy, and that's all that Hendrickson wanted. And he
And they
what
didn't
led?
give it to him.
Yeah,
That's the craziest thing.
they kept tagging him.
They was like, "Nah, we don't want you. We'll take Sexy Dexy and give him the money. We won't give you the money." That's crazy. But hey, look, he's in Baltimore now, and so that'll be interesting. Now you got Cincinnati looking a little bit different in that situation.
Is he in a better place being in Baltimore?
I think that's. I want to say yes, but
Well,
we got to see.
after what we heard from Zay Flowers, it's got to be much better there without Harbaugh.
Yeah, I mean, look, Harbaugh's old school, and Harbaugh
Right.
had them boys out there
All the
working.
time working.
And then look, I've had a chance to go to a couple of their like practices, hot, 1 o'clock in the day in the summertime, blazing. He had them boys out there baking. The Commanders, on the other hand, they had their practice at 9 o'clock in the morning. Not Baltimore, 1, 2. I'm like, bruh, you trying
In
to
the
cook
heat of the
people out
day.
here in the heat of the
Right.
day? Not morning time at all, just middle of the day. So I wasn't a fan of that, from my perspective, because I'm out there baking. But I'm like, they got pads on. I know they're baking out there.
And
There's no way.
they're running.
And they're running.
I love you, bro, but you don't run from nothing but bears.
Who you telling? And I ain't got time for the games. I'm knees are bad, so I can't be in that situation. But we'll see if they go a little bit earlier. Now. At number 2, the New York Football Jets. We talked about the Jets not having, or at least wanting.
I'm afraid for Reese going to the Jets. I'm glad it's Glenn because he's defensive mind. Reese is a piece that needs to be moved. He can play with his hand in the dirt. He can play standing up. If he gets pigeonholed into one spot, he will not be a successful NFL player.
Yeah, and that's what my concern is. Like, I think a lot of players get concerned going to New York because they don't know how their career is going to pan out. They really get a little nervous, and that's a bad deal as a franchise. You don't want to have that as a stigma as a franchise. You want to be able to feel good, or at least say, okay, there could be a turnaround. With the Jets,
Right.
they haven't been in the playoffs since 2010, so that's
Well,
almost 16 years.
playoffs.
Playoffs,
Exception.
right? That part. I still can't believe that stat, Jay. I mean,
I can't either because
they said it and it said it hadn't happened since the 70s, and I'm like, really? They had to
yeah,
get one pick because
the
they had
merger.
talent. That's crazy. They had talent on that defense. I don't still
And
kind of blown
no,
away.
wait. I watched the Scarlet and Gray game,
Mm-hmm.
and there was 2 interceptions in that game by defensive linemen.
Somebody knows how to get picks.
Just by putting their hands in the passing lane. So,
well, I don't know. The Jets got to figure it out. Reese could be that piece, but we'll see what Glenn and the crew do.
number 3, I got the Cardinals trying to sweeten up that line. so they can give Connor the ball a little bit more. I know they picked up Parrish Jr.'s 5th year, and he'll be. I moved last mock draft. I had the kid from Miami. I can't even say his name.
Malgoa,
Magoa,
Malgoa.
but his medicals flagged really bad because he's been hurt, back problems, and that
Mm.
that's no bueno for an offensive lineman.
No, you got to be. Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
So Fano's moved up quite a bit. So I got him going number 3 to the Cardinals, but I see them also being big in the trade market because they want to add pieces.
Yeah, we did hear a rumor that the Chiefs were looking to move to 4 or 5. So I'm intrigued what they would go with at that position. But
Well, I've heard the Chiefs are looking at Love, but why would you want to go after Love after you just signed
you just
Walker?
signed Walker. I mean, and you still technically have Pachinko. I mean, I don't how many more running backs do you need? Like Walker, I get, but then you want to try to get Love too. If it's me and I'm them, that defense has been solid. But I think you bolster the defense. I don't know if you're going to go cornerback that high because obviously they have given away
They
given them their corner.
right.
So
They're
that
like,
would be an
you
intriguing.
get a corner, you get a corner.
You're like, you want the corner? Man, you can take this one. Why not? Why not? So yeah. At 4, we got the Tennessee Titans.
I got them taking Jeremiah Love because Dayball had Barkley, and this might be the closest prospect to Barkley being able to catch the ball out of the backfield. It'll give Cam Ward a little cushion so he's not, getting panicked back there and throwing the ball. I know they need a wide receiver, but this class actually is deep at wide receiver. So I see them going Jeremiah Love, the best prospect in the draft.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I feel like Tennessee's the right fit for him, unless the Cardinals could make this move too. With Connors had some injuries, so that one would not surprise me if they end up going that route. I don't see that, but it wouldn't surprise me.
I just see if they take Love, it's like that time they drafted Isaiah Simmons and did nothing with him.
Yeah, and now Simmons is kind of floating around the league. I think he
Yep,
signed I think he signed back with the Panthers, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he did too.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. We'll see. At
We
number
were
5,
we were
go ahead,
talking
Jay.
to him about this prospect here, Sonny Styles. I mean, he's a Swiss Army knife, and the Giants' defense is terrible.
Yeah, and that's funny because they're terrible, but it feels like they traded Dex to get to be able to draft. Now you get 2 picks in the top 10, so you got a chance to really do some work. If you decide to go all defense on this, if you decide to go all defense on it.
Well, 22, they had 2 picks in the top 10, and they both kind of turned into busts. Evan Neal is more of a guard than he is a tackle.
Who was the other pick in that draft?
Kevion Thibodeau.
That's right.
And now they're looking to get a 4th-round pick for him.
Yeah, I think Thibodeau's just had some teams just don't fit, and I feel like I still think the kid's got to. I've seen flashes.
Oh, absolutely.
It just might be the wrong place, wrong
situation.
Time. Yep, might be the situation.
We need pass rushers that are 75 years old. I heard Leach say that we were looking at JPP, and Shaq Barrett had a great run with us. They're all our age, so
yeah,
they're not what they used to be. I know we got some guys coming back from injuries that missed their entire rookie season. You can't put all them eggs in one basket. But Sonny Styles is a difference maker because he was a safety and then moved to linebacker. And all his measurables are the same as Calvin Johnson's.
That's crazy. Just saying that out loud is crazy. Like
height, weight, jump, 40 time, the whole shebang.
This guy could be 5 years from now. We're talking about one of the greatest linebackers of all time, or at least on the path.
Right.
Guess we'll see. Cleveland's at 6.
I've heard a lot of rumors. you know, Monacan's making big changes. I heard Shadora Sanders is getting much better. I got to see it first, but I think their entire line left this year.
Just
And I know
crazy.
in my mind, Caden Proctor is a monster. He's one of the better tackles in this class. He's not getting the love he deserves because he was at Alabama when they sucked. I really think they're going to go Caden Proctor.
It's funny because I think Lamont said last night on his, he was just like, hey, Proctor is a big, 352-pound guy that can run like a four. It's like a 4.84. It was some crazy number for an offensive tackle. So he was like, he really likes him. So he's definitely in agreement on you. So when I saw this on the list, I'm like, yeah, they got something cooking here with Proctor.
I, I, I see him doing pancake commercials.
Biscuit. We're not talking about the two P's, y'all. Not the two P's. Hey, at number 7, we've got the Washington Commanders.
My wife is gonna have to take her inhaler now.
Yeah, I know. I know. We're being good. We promise.
Jordan Tyson would be the number one wide receiver if it wasn't for his history of injuries. Last year it was a hamstring, and God, we know what hamstrings do to people.
Mm-hmm.
And you put him on the other side in the Y position. I mean, he can play the X, the Y, or in the slot. So behind McLaurin, you have McCaffrey,
Brown. Debo's gone now. Brown's there.
And there's
they added somebody else. I don't know why my brain's
yeah,
not functioning. But and they got Jalen Lane from last year too. So they got Lane there.
Lane heights wise is more of a slot receiver.
Right.
So Jordan Tyson's 6'2",
and Traylon Burks. Traylon Burks is the other one that they have.
I didn't know he counted as a wide receiver. I thought he just took a roster spot.
I will say this about Traylon. He had some moments towards the end of the season last year. Poor kid just couldn't stay healthy when he was in Tennessee. So I'm intrigued to see what a full season looks like from him. He just couldn't. Yeah, it just hasn't happened. So we're gonna see if he can do it in Washington. At number 8, we got the New Orleans Saints.
The Saints, don't have money, but they are able to take best player available in David Bailey. David Bailey came our transfer portal to Texas Tech and just lit it up. He's one of the best pure pass rushers, edge rushers in this class. He's got the bend, he's got the speed and the handwork. And, the Saints need that because they had I can't even think of his name. I'm just losing
Cameron Jordan?
Cameron Jordan. Yep. He hasn't signed with anybody, has he?
I don't think so. I thought he was gonna maybe sign and then try to be a final, curtain call from him in New Orleans, but I don't think that has happened just yet.
Because they need about everything except for, somehow they struck on their quarterback. That's got to be a system thing, right?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. At number 9, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Reuben Bain Jr. I love him. I know people pick on him with his T-Rex arms, but his hustle is something else. You put him out there on the field with Jones and Kalafis.
Just throw it in there. Something like that.
Kalafskis. And you get yourself a good pass rusher. They lost Leo Chanel to the Commander.
Yep.
He was a tackle machine.
They lost another defensive lineman also to the Commanders. Charles Olowowe. I'm not going to destroy his last name too much. I'm going to let it go. But Charles O is what we're going to call him. But so the Kansas City lost 2 pieces to the defensive puzzle to Washington in the offseason. So definitely could see them continuing to try to build up the defense and try to get that thing back on the right path.
Well, they could go corner here, but they don't keep their cornerbacks around.
Isn't that crazy? They
It
they they
is.
they, they interchanged. I mean, they had Sneed, and then they had McDuffie. So every time they get somebody going, they end up trading them. It's such a
Well,
weird thing. And they had in defensive backs in general, they had the Honey Badger traded him to New Orleans, so they had pieces there.
and they had Thornhill.
Yep, they had Thornhill. Yep,
He was a quarterback here in Virginia for his high school career.
that's crazy.
I didn't. I watched something the other night, and they had him rated as one of the top quarterbacks ever.
That's so wild. And now I think he's either in Cleveland or he's in Pittsburgh, and I can't remember which one it was, but he's swimming around there somewhere. At number 10, the New York Giants.
The Giants take Carnell Tate, the best wide receiver. Tate, it reminds me of McLaurin because his ability to run the route correctly, to separate from the defender and get open. He doesn't have that, Tyreek speed, but he gets open and makes the catches. So I absolutely love Carnell Tate. I know a lot of people were not pleased with his 40 time. If the man can get open, who cares?
Yeah, right. Because sometimes it ain't all about that. I mean, if you got the speed, great. But I know some speeches that just could never make it happen. The John Rosses of the world. Um, you know, that speed don't mean nothing. If you know how to, you know, move your way into being open, and some people have an art form to it. So I'm excited about Take Two. I can definitely see the McLaurin comparisons. At
And they definitely need, because with what happened, I mean, they were hitting on all cylinders with Neighbors, and when he went down, it just fell apart.
Man, both of them together. Too bad they don't have Wandale Robinson anymore. I think he's in Tennessee now.
He is.
Yeah, so
I read something that OB, OBJ came in for a
yes,
physical.
came in for a physical. They haven't officially made it official yet, but I feel like it happens after the draft, if not right before. So I mean, it's going to be a nice little reunion to finish up his career. The real question is, will he stay healthy? Which that will be the most interesting thing of all of that.
Will he stay healthy and keep his mouth shut and play football?
That part. At
So,
number 11, the Miami Dolphins.
they take Mansour Delane, the best corner in the draft, because they have what, Bradley Chubb left.
They know Chubb's gone too.
Oh, okay.
Chubb's gone too. I forgot what Chubb went to Buffalo. I think
HEN,
no. Yeah, H is still hanging in by a thread. H is hanging in by a thread. I think he didn't show up to their volunteer workouts that they had recently. He didn't show up to that.
but they need about everything. So they take Mansour. Um, he's a great player and fills the need. So yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, and
coming
so
from LSU.
yeah, they're definitely gonna need that. Miami gave away. I feel like they just gave away everybody, and I think Fitzpatrick is still there. I don't want to sit here and lie to you. I'm gonna double check
Fitzpatrick
that.
got traded to the
The Jets. So
Jets.
yeah, they traded him to the Jets. Chubb is in Buffalo. They all division, all within the division. He went to Buffalo. Tariq Hill's is still a free agent, so that's gonna be. I'm really intrigued to see where Tariq Hill lands. He's got to pay for those kids, so he's got
He's
to go
got to start
somewhere.
daycare.
Yeah, that man's got to get paid. I still think he goes back to Kansas City, but I guess we'll see on that one.
I
At
got a feeling
12.
he
Oh,
does
go ahead.
too.
I'm sorry, Jay. What'd you say?
I have a feeling he goes back to Kansas City too, because with Benamy being back there,
Yep.
he'll be comfortable.
Exactly. And it's funny how they're kind of slowly falling back to that old Chiefs team, with him and Spags and everybody kind of together. So it's very interesting how they're kind of slowly trying to get back to basics on that end.
It's crazy.
Yeah. At 12, the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas had the last ranked pass defense
Mm.
in the league. They released Bland and Diggs. I think they still have Malik Hooker, who's up there in age.
Yeah, Hooker's still there. Actually, I believe Bland is still there too. I think Bland signed a long-term deal last year. Um, I thought he did, but I can't remember. Um, I'll have to double check that one too. But I think he signed long-term after they got rid of Micah and sent him packing. It was like, hey man, you got to go. And so he
I'm
yeah,
still
he's yeah
trying to
he's still
figure
there.
out how Uncle Jerry only got a first round pick from you guys.
He
Just
got two of them.
we got next year's too
Yeah, he got next year's too, man. We gave up, man. Look, but I think they gave one of those to the Jets.
for
I think they gave
Williams.
for Williams. Yeah, they gave one of them to the Jets. So I think next year's they gave to the Jets. So the Jets are gonna have like three picks in the first round next year, or they got the Colts pick this year, and it's a second round pick from the Colts next year. So the Jets, like
They're setting pretty.
yeah. I mean, the question is, can they actually do something with it? That'll be the question. Sitting at 13, we've got the LA Rams.
Um, I heard that Puka reported finally
As
to
long as
camp.
he ain't
So
biting people, as long as he ain't biting people, we good.
right, got his shots and stuff.
I
Um,
don't know what Puka got going on, man. It's crazy.
I know Lemon playing out there. They know what they're getting in him. They're getting a playmaker. I've heard comparisons to Amon St. Brown.
Mm.
A great comparison. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the comparison you going with, sign
That
me
man
up.
moves the sticks.
Just sign me up. I need somebody like a Lemon. Come on now. But he won't be
No,
there when we pick. Nobody will be there when we pick. We pick next year the way it feels. I mean, I think that's probably part of me, Jay, where I'm like, I'm excited about the draft because it's the draft, but I have no excitement in the first round. Like, I'm just like, all right, and Green Bay trades in, I'd be like, okay, it's actually happened. But we never do good with first round picks anyway, so I don't even know why I'm sad. I just don't know. It's what it is. At 14, the Baltimore Ravens.
are you sure you got the right one up?
Oh shoot, that is not yours. Uh-oh. I definitely gave you I definitely gave you Lamont. Let's see if we can get the right one up here.
I was
No,
gonna
that
say because I
that was
didn't think I had him going. I thought that had them taking a guard.
I think you did too. And I think this is the right one. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Vega Iona out of Penn State.
Yes.
They got to do something to help the center of that line because losing the I can't remember the kid's name to the Raiders is big. I know he was a center, but this kid moves mountains, and they're going to need that. King Henry will have a great year.
Yeah,
So
they I think bulking up that offensive line is going to be huge for them this offseason and just trying to reestablish themselves. And they lost some pieces over the last couple of years in that offensive line. And when their offensive line coach passed away a couple of years ago, it feels like slowly but surely from that point on,
they
because he
fell
passed
apart.
away. Yeah, he passed away right before the season started. They were in training camp and he passed away, and so from that point on, it seems like the struggles had slowly started to build. And so hopefully they'll be able to kind of get that back in the right path. Uh,
It's kind of like the Eagles losing their offensive line coach.
right, right. So you can't have that. Real quick. So Jay's actual 13th pick this time was Omar Cooper Jr. So it wasn't Lemon. Lemon does come at
Right
some point, but he's not now. That was on me, y'all. My fault.
now, Cooper Jr. is interesting because he's from the national champions, but his ability, his yak is crazy. the way he runs after the catch, it reminds me of Mike Evans,
Yeah, I
and
know he
that hurt
was.
my heart to
Wasn't
say.
he like top 3 in the country, receiving yards wise, if I'm not mistaken, last year?
Yep,
Yeah, the kids are super talented out there. I'm whoever gets him, I think is going to get. People are talking about him. I don't think they're gonna realize what they get themselves in Cooper. A guy that finds a way to make things happen. I'm excited to see where he ends up. At number 15, we go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I got them taking Falk over Akeem Messidor just because of age. Messidor is going to be 25 when the season starts. Nothing against him. The man played all out in the last couple games. He's a difference maker. But Falk has the ability to be molded into a great pass rusher, and he's only 20. So I
Uh,
think they grab him out of Auburn because of his size. They can bulk him up a little bit.
yeah, I want to see. Vita's still under contract, right?
He's still under contract, but he's 31.
Yeah, just it's still so weird to think that he's 31. I know he's been in the league a while now, but it's kind of weird to me because I feel like he just got drafted. That's the way it feels with Vita Vea. I remember us talking about that draft, and it feels like that was like 6, 7 years ago now, and it does not feel that way at all.
I
It's
remember
so crazy.
when we took Vita, I was very upset because
Yeah,
I was like, why? But then seeing what he does to the pile, the
yeah.
way we stopped the tush push, I understood.
I forgot who you wanted in that draft. I remember us having like a deep conversation about it. It was somebody, and I think he got drafted right after Vita Vea, and I wish I could remember who it was, but it was so funny because I remember you were like, "Oh my goodness, this is, I'll take
It was
him, but I don't want him."
probably a secondary player
Probably so.
because I really really wanted Hamilton, and he slid all the way to the back end of the first round to the Ravens.
He let him fly. Hamilton was out there. Now he's just but been a Pro Bowler every year.
I mean, remember when we went and saw him, or we were hoping to see him play,
Yeah,
and he
and he
didn't.
didn't play.
Yeah,
Pissed, pissed. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, we get to see Hamilton tonight. Wrong. No, you won't. No, you won't get to see him tonight. I was like, bruh, what you mean? He's sitting on the sideline with his he had on his he had the jersey on, but no pads. I said, yeah, my man's not playing. Whatever. Um at 16, the New York Jets.
uh, they gotta help their line. They lost Vera Tucker, and I see them taking Francis Margoa, the tackle. He's got the size to be a tackle, but with the injuries, he could slide inside and be fine. You really got to watch out for the injury stuff because with linemen twisting and turning and trying to match up the stunts that you get from the defensive linemen,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot that could go wrong if you got back problems.
Yeah, and this Jets team just they need help everywhere. So wherever they can grab pieces to continue to build this team up, it's going to be critical. It's going to be
Right.
critical. At 17, the Detroit Lions.
They let Decker walk. They need somebody to play the other end because they're talking. Well, we'll move Panay down there. Panay is only one person. Give him a break.
Right. Can't block everybody on the line.
And Freeling is picking up steam in the pre-draft process by the way he played at the end of the year. He looked good. He's got the right size and credentials coming from Georgia, and doesn't have a speeding ticket. So
That's a plus. I saw a graphic the other day, maybe a meme where they were like the two. It's so funny, bro. It was like the two greatest rivalries in Georgia, and it was like the Georgia State Police and the Georgia Bulldogs. I was like, hey, that's wild.
I,
It was
I seen it.
you said that to me, right? I was like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
it
I
was
saw
the
it. I said, man, that's
Athens.
at the police department.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's a good meme though. By the way, I ain't trying to laugh at nobody downfall, but man, that's hey, stay out of trouble, fellas.
Well,
Don't give us nothing to laugh at.
that's like a video of Brandon Ayuk going by the stadium at 103.
Right.
Why you putting that up on Twitch, dude? Come on.
These people, they don't think, bro. Like, it's the craziest thing to me. Like, people who've gotten in trouble. We've seen like 5 examples. Go all the way back to our man Lawrence Phillips, where we've seen these guys get in high situations and either kill people, rugs, Rasheed Rice. Like, it just happens. It continues to happen. And let's go film me
This
going 100 miles an hour.
the story of LT driving by the stadium, seeing the lights on, and he was so high, he's like, "Oh, shit, I got a game."
That's bad. I'm sorry. That's so bad. And somehow yet probably the greatest defensive player of all time.
Yep,
That's the part that makes it crazy. That's the part that makes it crazy. I tell you what, that it was the cocaine he was on, cocaine, crack, one of the two.
crack
Boy,
and meth.
man, that's a crazy combination. At 18, we got the Minnesota Vikings.
Harrison Smith has been a staple of that back end for what, 15,
Yeah, didn't even seem like it.
and they let him go, so they need safety help. I know they're also looking to trade that defensive lineman Bernard, but Dylan Thyman I've had projected there because of his the way he plays is very similar to Harrison Smith. I know Caleb Downs is still on the board, but I don't think what's the right way to say this? That Minnesota needs a leader on the team, on the defense like him.
Oh, that's interesting. The Downs maybe not being the leader that people think he is.
I think, well, the way Downs plays, he's great at the line, but I know there's worry about his knee. Everything comes out in medicals. Because we had a guy from the transfer portal that started the spring game, and he's got to have a knee procedure to clear him up so he can play this summer.
That's crazy. Tell you, man, it's a really crazy world like that. And those knees and the hammies, all that stuff. You got to be careful. You just
Yep.
got to be careful. At 19, the Carolina Panthers.
Caleb Lamoux from Utah. They got to secure that line for Bryce Young. They really came on good at the end of the season last year, which, I was surprised about. Not because they just a rival, but I was not a believer in Bryce Young at all. His measurables are that compared to Diego Pavio.
Pavia. One is somewhere to P.
I think he's what he measured at 5'10". Same as what Bryce Young did.
It's crazy. And Young has really developed. And that's shout out to Canales. I mean, every place he's been, he's gotten the quarterback into shape. You got to give a man credit where credit is due. He's been amazing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, brother. At 20, the Dallas Cowboys are back for their second pick.
They got to get younger in their secondary, like I talked about earlier. They take Caleb Downs. Uncle Jerry has got an infatuation with Ohio State players, so he'll add another one if he's there.
So, and this would be a surprise to a lot of people if Downs falls this far. But we're always used. There's going to be one or two that surprise you,
right?
And I feel like Downs is your surprise. And talking about surprises, 21, a second quarterback.
Well, I know that they say they've had talks with Aaron Rodgers, but it's Aaron Rodgers. There's nothing guaranteed. You can talk to him till you're blue in the face.
Yeah.
Until you get his name on a contract, it don't mean a damn thing.
I just think it's funny he's playing Brett Favre right now, because Brett Favre did the exact same thing to him, and now he's doing this to Pittsburgh, and I'm like, hey, that's crazy.
I don't see, like, I'm not a big fan of Ty Simpson. I would rather see him take somebody like Aller, who's coming off an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Aller wouldn't have got hurt, he'd have been a top 5 pick. Or the kid out of South Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see, Cole Payton. His mechanics are great. He'd be a good guy to set and learn. And I
Yeah.
know they've got oh God, I can't even think of his name. My wife will beat me up tonight.
Howard.
Howard.
Yeah. So, the other person was Dante Moore from Oregon. I know, like everybody had him projected as number 2, till he said, "You know what? I don't think I want to go to New York. I'm coming back to Oregon."
Until I declare next year, and New
and
York's
he's
not going to
and,
move
and
it.
then they got the first pick, and you're like, God dang, man, there's no way they want me. Nah, you
I
coming here,
wonder
buddy?
if Dylan Raiola's feeling a fool for
Maybe.
going to transferring to Oregon and not.
I, I thought that was weird because, like, I think he thought he was gone, so that's why he made the transfer. And then he could have still backed out of it. He just didn't. He said, "I'll wait and then become the starter there the next year." So he's almost like losing a year of eligibility.
Right, he's
So
just like waving the white flag, saying, I like the bench."
I'm surprised he didn't go to Texas Tech so he can be just like Pat Mahomes. But at number
He
20,
actually commented on everybody saying that.
I mean, but he does everything like him.
I know.
It's so crazy. It's like, what they call it, Timu when somebody's off brand. Is it Timu Patrick Mahomes?
That's terrible.
Yeah, Timu Patrick Mahomes. At 22, you got the Chargers.
They need help with pass rush. I believe they brought back Khalil Mack,
Yes, Mac is
and
back.
he's 85. And so they bring in Messidor, who, like I said, is a monster. He did have an ankle injury, but out in Cali, he'll find a good masseuse.
Oh wow. Uh I had a joke for that. I'm gonna leave that alone. At 23. At 23, you got the Philadelphia Eagles.
I got them taking Blake Miller from Clemson, the offensive tackle. They've got to get younger at tackle because, Lane Johnson is always hurt and really old. So they got to get somebody in there to at least observe and learn.
Yeah, and it's crazy because Lane Johnson's been in the league a long time.
Well,
A
and their other
long time.
tackle has been there for a hot minute too. I
Mm-hmm.
can never say his name.
Yeah, you don't have to do that to yourself.
The rugby dude.
Yeah. The one that sings all the songs with Kelsey. I think the Kelsey singing in that choir. They got some
Yeah.
type of choir. Yeah. They said they got a little choir going on, and they do Christmas carols and stuff. So yeah, shout out to them. At 24, the Cleveland Browns with their second pick.
I got them taking a wide receiver because they definitely need a wide receiver. I don't know what happened to Judy. I feel bad for my friends that are Cleveland fans. Like my brother from another mother, LA, brought us. I sent him a thing with Jerry Judy with little mittens of concrete, and I got a nice message back from him.
It's crazy because Judy was supposed to be like one of those it factor guys, along with Ruggs in that
He was
draft.
supposed to be the next like Julio.
Yeah, he was supposed to be a really big guy, and ever since Steve Smith called him out, like he's had a couple of decent games, but nothing Steve Smith called him for what he was, and he didn't like it.
Right.
And so Mekhi Lemon going to Cleveland at 24. We head to 25, and we've got the Chicago Bears. And like I said to Lamont last night, and it pains me to say it, the defending NFC North champion, Chicago Bears.
I'm sorry, but I see them going back to it.
I do too. Well, I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to say Minnesota. I wanted to say it last year. They just didn't have a quarterback. They got one now. So,
but can he see over the line?
well, that's what we can hope. That's all we can hope.
But no, I got them taking Cade McDonald, solidify that pass rush. That'll help the secondary get interceptions, and I could also see him doing a wide receiver here because I know they got Romaduze
Yep,
and Luther.
got rid of DJ Moore, sent him to Buffalo. So yeah, I can see a receiver there. I don't know for them. I mean, I feel like there's a couple ways they can go, but defensive line
It's not
definitely.
like in the past where they need a whole bunch of stuff.
No, they're in a really good spot for the first
Exactly.
time in a minute. So they're in a really good spot. They don't need, if anything, they can boost her. This is one of those teams you look at and say, okay, what are they losing next season in the off season? So that you could try to get that person built up, heading and see if they're going to be worth keeping the other person, or hey, we got our new young gun and he's going to be able to move us along. So that's what
Right.
that type of pick feels like for Chicago.
Well, it's really nice when you're drafting and you're in the first round and you don't have a huge need that you got to fill.
Mm-hmm.
You just take best available.
Must be a nice thing. Must be a nice thing to
Exactly.
be able to take best available. At 26, we got the Buffalo Bills.
They always need wide receivers. So,
Always feels like every year, right? It's either that or
exactly.
a running back. Now they got the running back straight. They just got to get that receiver straight again. Like I
Yeah,
said, DJ Moore being there is big though, so I like that.
right. But I want to see how more can he run fast enough to keep up with Allen's ball.
Yeah,
Um, I think Denzel Boston gets undersold because of they want him to be faster. He's very tall. And who was the other guy that the Bills drafted? Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman, yeah.
They're not the GM was not very good with what he said about that young man.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you. That it was wild. I'm like, dang, he said that about that man out loud. So I would still be surprised if he ends up being there past this
Right.
season, or if he's something's done before the season. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I definitely because they don't need tight end. They got like 27 of them.
No, they don't need tight end. And they were so hype about Coleman when he first got there. I thought it was gonna be a really nice setup for him, and it just hasn't come into fruition. So
My favorite thing was when he got the poofy jackets. He's like, I got this at Kohl's.
it's so funny, man. I mean, you can't teach personality. It's just too funny. I'm like, that's why I hate that it's not working out there for him, because he just has
Well,
it seems like he's got a really good personality. And
exactly. A Florida kid in Buffalo.
yeah,
He
he would
probably
just
ain't
send
seen
him to
20 games.
Miami. Malik needs all the help he can get. At 27, the San Francisco 49ers.
The offensive guard from Texas A&M, Chase Bistonis. They always need help there in San Francisco. Somebody's always hurt for some reason. I don't know. I know they got a lot of wide receivers in the offseason.
They
So
did.
just got to give Brock Purdy those lanes to throw in so he can look pretty.
Yeah, they lock in Trent Williams, the future Hall of Famer, for 2 more years. 2 years, $50 million. They gonna pay this
It,
man $25 million the next 2 years. Yeah,
yeah, 50 million to match his age, 50.
that's crazy. But I mean, look, I take him. If they told me I can get him for a year or two, I take him. Like when he's healthy, man, it's he's a oh boy, and he hasn't not been healthy that much in his career. So, um, he's gonna go into the Hall of Fame, and at one
He's
point
just
I'd be
gonna
like,
walk in and be like, "I'm done, guys. Can I get
yeah,
my head done?"
I would have been like years ago. He's definitely going to Hall of Fame as a commander or Washington, whatever Redskin, whatever one. But now I feel like he may go in as a 49er. He's been to the Super Bowl twice with them, So
The 49ers are set up right now to lose the Super Bowl
isn't that crazy? Again,
again. Yeah.
it's so crazy. They're good. They're like Purdy is as advertised.
Well,
Like we there was a lot of like skepticism, but I'm like when he comes in, he looks great. He's
now,
put up some really good seasons.
what do you think they want for Mac Jones? They haven't moved on from him yet.
They refuse to let him go, and I don't even blame him. I would have held on to it. Like in this league, and you know this, Jay. You got to have two quarterbacks. That's why I was hurt when then Willis was gone. I'm like, yo, Willis leaving is hurting my heart. Like I knew because if Love got nicked up and was out the game, I felt completely confident. I said, oh, Willis got us. We're good. I did not feel like you miss a little bit of a step, but it's not that much, in my opinion. I thought he was good, and that's why he's going to be a starter this year. I
Right.
just, it's going to hurt. And right now, we don't even have a backup quarterback. I couldn't even tell you who our backup quarterback is. I don't know who he is, if there is one. I
Uh,
would not be surprised if they draft quarterback
our
early.
backup that
Yeah.
they said had a first round grade on,
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Trash, is
There he
now
is.
with the Falcons.
Kyle Trash.
So
Mm-mm-mm. At 28, the Houston
28,
Texans. Yep.
Kenyon Steek. Cause I know they got what former
Uh,
Ohio State player
what's my dude name? Schultz?
Stover. Is it Stover?
Matt Stover? No, that's a kicker. I know they had Dalton Schultz. That's one of the tight ends.
Schultz is one of them.
I don't know the other one.
I'm trying to bring it up.
Yeah, I mean, with this Texas team, I felt like they need so much
Cade
more.
Stover.
Cade Stover. Okay, yeah. And, they last year offensively was their
And
biggest thing, man. They were great defensively last year.
Foster uh, Monroe.
Yeah,
Monroe. I think he played for the Commanders at one time.
yeah, yeah.
But they've got great wide receivers when they're healthy. I wouldn't have called it when he came out of college with Nico Collins.
Yeah, Nico's been great. Nico's been a multi-time Pro Bowler. If they ever get Tank Dell healthy again, he was having a heck of a season before he got hurt that first time. And he's had two major injuries since being in the league, and I hate that for him because he was doing really well, really well. So I mean, yeah, Sadiq comes in there, gives you another weapon. They need as much. If it's not offensive line for me here, that I can see this.
But my problem with Kenyon Sadiq is the fact of he's got the speed, but he don't have the height. He's 6'3". He's not that big, like the way you want a tight end to get over a safety or anything like that. He might be able to run by him, but that's about it.
I guess it could be a good pick for him though. I agree with you here on this one though.
So,
If it works out, it could be a really good pick. 29, the Kansas City Chiefs.
another offensive weapon, Casey Concepcion.
Concepcion. Oh, nah.
I like
French, baby.
his route running is good, and his ability to get away from the defensive back is good.
Yeah, and if you're looking at potential, I'm not gonna say exactly Tariq Hill, but if that style of receiver, height wise, maybe this is a good pickup there. If they don't go get Tariq, which like we said, that's something we both feel like could happen.
I see it happening.
Yeah, me too. Me too. At 30, we've got the Miami Dolphins.
Another corner, Colton Hood, the cornerback from Tennessee. I think he'll be a great slot corner, and everybody's running nickel defense right now. And it would be great for Miami to have another cornerback. Because to be honest, I don't think I can name one on their team.
I can't name anybody on the team but Willis and H. I don't know anybody else that's there.
Let's see.
I don't know anybody else that's there, bro. It's that bad. Waddle's gone. You got rid of both of your best receivers. It's just insane.
Do they got Jeremiah Bell?
I can't remember.
I'm being a shit. Remember, he was their old safety.
There's so many people off that team. I'd have to look like deep dive look to see what they have. It's to me, it's not looking positive. I actually feel kind of bad for Halfley and them. If that team can't be patient for them to try to get the pieces that they need to grow, he might be gone within a year or two. If
I
tops,
agree. Yep.
tops. At 31, the Mike Vrabels.
The Mike Vrabel taking Peter Woods, the defensive tackle from Clemson. I did see his workout with a tackle from Arizona, so they could do that because what the hell was his name? Their tackle that they
Drafted
drafted,
last year. Oh, Will Campbell.
Will Campbell, did not look good in the Super Bowl.
Felt really bad for him, man. He got outworked in that Super Bowl, man.
But
Seattle was giving him the business.
he did play hurt, but yeah, he got worked over.
Yeah, he took a lot of heat in that game, and rightfully so, unfortunately. But he took a lot of heat in that game. There were so many memes after that Super Bowl for him. I was like, man, this poor kid is just. He's got
Well,
to be able. Hopefully, he can look past that. But man, it was rough.
build upon it, be the player we know you can be.
Exactly, exactly. And last but not least, at 32, someone that you and Lamont have in common at number 32.
Yep. The other running back from Notre Dame, his running style reminds me of Travion Henderson.
Mm,
He's one cut up the gut and gone. He's got that second gear that you can't catch. I really liked watching him in college because him and Love were a great one too. But they also need pass rush help because everybody left in free agency.
mm.
But don't know who they would take.
There's a lot of options here for the champs. I mean, when you win the championship, it's win and loss. You lose some people because the championship, they're going to get paid in those places. I have full faith in Mike McDonald. I've been a Mike McDonald fan for a couple of years now. Um, Still feel
I
like,
still can't believe he let you know Walker just leave
yeah, the Walker one surprised me, but I guess money wise, they probably said we're going to probably need this in other places. And they still had Charbonnet. Him and Charbonnet both were like,
yeah, he tore his knee up.
he did. So I mean, you have Charbonnet if he can come back on the right spot, but running back definitely seems like something they're going to need here for sure. You
Because they
know,
got that Wilson guy that used to play for your Packers, and
oh, they did. Oh, they
he's
signed my
no
boy.
he's no stud.
He's had moments. I'll put it that way. Like when Jacobs went down, he had some good moments. I won't completely dog him, but he's not Walker. He'll definitely be a solid backup. But that's to me about it for old Wilson, old Manuel Wilson.
A change of pace back.
Exactly, exactly. So there's Jay's final mock, and we're gonna finish this up with Jay's sleepers, and we start first on the offensive side.
Wide receiver, in my opinion, is pretty deep in this draft. Right situation, right person. Jeff Cadwell from Cincinnati could be a guy that would be nice in the slot. He reminds me a lot of Chris Godwin.
Mm.
He does have that second gear of separation. He had a good year this year with the, Cats. Um, Absolutely love him and Georgia State kid. What the hell's his name? Ted something.
Yeah, I know you said it to me a couple days ago. So I can't even think of his name either. Your boys. Let me see if I can find that bad boy real quick because we were just talking about him. We were just talking about him.
The other thing with
Wow.
Cadwell is his size. He's 6'5". He's a big
Yeah,
boy.
big boy. And look, I think you get an opportunity, and he could do. He might be able to do some really good stuff. So, and it's one of those cases like if you go to the right place, the sky's the limit. I mean, that's all within the draft, but the sky's the limit if you go to the right place. So I do like Caldwell coming out of Cincinnati. And last but not least, we head to your defensive one. I had to really think about this man's name, and then I realized it was a book in the Bible.
Yep.
That's what helped me.
Ephesians, Prysock, cornerback, Washington. I went with him because of his size. He reminds me not the way he plays because he's very stiff in the hips. He had a lot of pass breakups. Only had 2 interceptions, but he's 6'3". A 6'3" corner, you put him in
Mm,
press, and he learns it. You could have a Patrick, you know, Oh, I can't even say his name now.
Peterson?
Sherman.
Patrick Sherman.
I'm retarded.
Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman. I'm losing it.
When
Yeah.
you said it, I was like Patrick, but yes, Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman, because Richard Sherman was a 5th-round pick. You know, he was 5th. Chancellor was a 4th, and you know it was their height that made the Legion a boom.
Well, there it is. You got
And
Prize Sock and Caldwell, man. There for your sleepers. It could shock some people, and be big time players in this upcoming draft and in this upcoming season. So there we are, Jay. We got her done here. What are your overall thoughts of the draft coming up tomorrow? What do you want to see from the whole situation? What are you excited to see the most in the draft?
all the trades, because you know they're going to go. It's no longer, well, it's a 1st-round pick. It's worth this.
Right.
I know they use the card to still say the value of them,
Mm-hmm.
but like Les Snead and the Rams, they're giving away 1st-round picks like they were on Oprah. You get a 1st-round pick. You get a 1st-round pick.
It was like 4 years they didn't have a 1st-round pick. They won them a Super Bowl.
I foresee a lot of trades happening because, you know, the Cardinals traded with the Texans a couple years ago and gave up the best pass rusher in that draft.
Yep. Now he got paid the other day, so
he got paid.
He got paid the other day, and I mean, look,
It's well deserved.
It was a great draft. You know, you got your potential, your quarterback of the future has some struggles if they can figure that out down there, and then you got your defensive leader for the future. One is getting paid for sure. The other one's got to really step up this year because if not, they could be a whole different thing there. Because Houston's on the verge. Like to me, Houston's on the verge of being a really good football team. They've been in the division. They've been in the division round the last 3 years, and CJ Stroud has just as many playoff wins as Lamar Jackson, which is when you think about it, is like wow, really? But yes,
Mr. MVP.
Yeah, they both have 3 playoff wins. They both have 3. He's got. So if CJ Stroud's gonna get in the playoffs, he's gonna get you at least one playoff win, at least one.
Okay, if the Ravens come in and tear up the league, do you think there's a lot of backlash that falls on a Harbaugh?
Maybe, especially after what Flower said. I think to me that that could, and then it also depends on how the Giants do, and it'll be very interesting. Like I think Mentor's going to be a really good coach there. Young gun, like the league is getting younger, and we know that the young guns are the young coaches are the ones that have been coming along and doing some really good things. There's still some good veteran coaches doing their thing, but the young coaches have been able to connect with the younger players. It's just been working. It's just been working.
I read the article on John Lynch using AI for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And if they utilize that tool too, that's going to just redefine a lot of stuff.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be crazy.
Because they'll be able to break down every snap. Instead of watching tape, they'll be able to just download and be done.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Oh man, it almost feels like cheating. Like, it takes the fun out of it. But hey, well, that's this generation. So we'll see how they approach to the AI approach. Well, Jay, man, it's been another great one. Appreciate you coming on to talk your final mock. And ladies and gentlemen, we plan on being back next week for Legacy on Fire. Be me, Jay, and James. Right now we're shooting for Thursday. We'll let you know for sure. But yeah, we're trying to get back in there for that. Talk NFL draft, of course, and try to figure out who had the best draft, all that fun stuff. We'll talk about all that next week on Legacy on Fire. Jay, anything you want to say before we go?
Just love your people and enjoy your days. Tell everybody you love them. Tomorrow is never guaranteed.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. All right, everybody. Thank y'all once again for tuning in. I'm Darrell Owens. That's Jay Quimby, LegacyMaker Sports Network. This has been 101. We'll see you all next time.
God bless.
one, 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 one. Welcome to the one-on-one. When it comes to ratings, man, we number one. I get the truth, then I give them the scoop. If anybody got a question, I give them the proof.